It is the last round of the Candidates Tournament 2022. Hikaru Nakamura is behind Nepomniatchchi but ahead of Ding. He's on 7.5 points and Ding is only on 7 points and they're playing each other. Magnus Carlsen has already withdrawn from World Championship. He has hinted at it, but Hikaru doesn't believe that Magnus was really serious about it. But we all know what happened later. Now, in this crucial game against Ding, which was not crucial at that point, because at that point only the winner of candidates gets the chance to play the World Championship. But now we know that the first and second played the World Championship. So this game was crucial for Nakamura and Ding. Here, Ding has got his rook to d7 and he's getting ready to activate his king. Nakamura had one chance here to take the game to drawish waters. He could have played rook d8. It's still not pleasant after. If the rook moves, then black gets counterplay. But after rook takes, bishop d6, for example, knight c5 is coming. So it's not pleasant for black. But after king f7, knight c5, bishop e7, takes, and takes, this position is drawish. Hikaru Nakamura would have no problems drawing this endgame with the pawn down, but with an active king and a knight endgame. Instead of playing rook d8, Hikaru Nakamura played the passive bishop d8, a move he would regret because this was his chance to claim second if he drew this game. After bishop d8, the position is too passive because Ding plays rook b7 because he's preparing bishop d6 and prophylaxis against knight f6. So the rook moves away. Pawn f4, Hikaru gets some play going there, takes, and e4. Nice move. He doesn't take and break his pawn structure. Bishop f6. This was Hikaru's last chance. This was not as easy as rook d8, but here Hikaru had to play pawn f3. There was nothing else to do because, good or bad, he still had to go for it. Because this shuts down the white king. King will have to come like this to pick up the pawn. That gives enough time for black to create play. Instead of playing pawn f3, Hikaru played bishop f6, and now white's pieces just jump in. Ding activates all his pieces. Knight d4, rook e8, king g2. Another nice move. If rook takes e4, white would just come with king f3. And then you will have to give up a piece with knight f2. So he goes for knight e5, and now knight f5. Ding jumps into f5, preparing knight d6 and knight e7 soon. f3, king g3, knight c4, going for the a3 pawn, bishop e7, another nice move. He's trying to exchange off this defensive piece. If this is not there, rook g7 can come soon. But Hikaru keeps the bishop on b2, attacking a3. And now king takes f3, bishop takes a3, and then king g3, preparing the running down of the f pawn. Knight e5, bishop goes back to c5, and now knight f7, because there was a threat of rook g7. So Hikaru is holding on. By now, it's already gone. It's already lost because the position is too good for Ding. Look at those pieces. Everything is active. And there's a passed pawn as well. Black's bishop is out of play. Knight is passive. Rook is okay. And g7 square is weak. And now f3 by Ding. It's a very sadistic move. He's just saying, Black, you're completely paralyzed. You can't do anything. You can't move the knight. You can just move the bishop and you can't really move the rook to any useful squares. So here Hikaru feels the pressure. He goes bishop c1 and now rook a7, going after the a pawn. More torture. Bishop comes to e7, rook takes pawn. Ding is in no hurry. Bishop check, king moves. Bishop comes back to c3, keeping an eye on g7 so that the knight can move if the rook comes back. Rook a7. Knight moves, then knight e7 comes. So Ding again tortures Nakamura a little bit with some checks, and then he goes to d5, attacking the bishop. Where can the bishop move? This square is available. This square knight will take, but okay, still available. b2 is available. That's it. These are the only three squares. He goes to b2, and now rook a2, attacking the bishop. Where can the bishop go? Wherever the bishop moves, rook a5 is possible for white. The other pawn will also fall. He goes bishop c1, and now Ding plays rook c2. A nice move, sealing the deal. Because now the bishop is almost trapped. I mean, you can't go here, here, or here. You can't go here. You've only got one square, and that's completely trapped. And now, how do you pick up this trapped piece? Ding shows us. He plays bishop e3, and here Nakamura resigns because rook a2 is coming to pick up the piece. Even if you defend it, bishop c1 wins material. So this is how Ding ended up second right after Nepomniatchchi in the World Championship Candidates Tournament. And Hikaru could have faced Nepo in the World Championship if he had drawn this game, if he had found Rook D8 and Pawn F3. Those two important moments will haunt Hikaru because World Championship is a stage that everyone wants to go. Hikaru would say, I literally don't care, but we all know everybody cares.